What if we're closer to confirmations and reveals for Modern Warfare 2 than we actually are aware of? What if we're right on the precipice of something big? Today I want to kind of talk a little bit of timelines here for when I'd be conscious of and when potentially we could see things revealing, and how it may be sooner than we're recently used to. As we go along, drop your thoughts down below. Are you looking forward to the reveal of Modern Warfare 2 here? When do you think that will be, and what do you hope to see revealed along the way? Drop your thoughts below, but if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, drop a like on the video, and if you're new to the channel, do be sure to subscribe button so to hear all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone, anything COD related, we've got you covered here on the channel. So if you're interested in joining the community, I'd love to have you. And finally, a reminder, my friends over at Gamer Advantage have bumped up code Espresso to 20% off your entire order for a limited time here. If you guys are looking to protect your vision health, check the link in the description below, but we'll talk more on them in a little bit. For now, let's talk about Modern Warfare 2 and a potential reveal here. So first and foremost, a disclaimer. I don't have any insider insight with this, don't have any specific date that I'm kind of gravitating around or anything like that. I don't have any definitive answer that we can give you here for this, but this discussion today is going to be utilizing some educated guesses based off of things we can pinpoint from past trends and also what we have at our disposal right now from exterior factors that all kind of culminate in when we could see this happening. The only sort of insider intel that we can really call upon is people like Ralph's Valve, who have said in the past, the next 2 months are certainly going to be eventful. Stay tuned. But other than that, we don't really have anything. But a window of 2 months is a solid start and is already a big differentiation compared to what we've seen the last 2 years. And starting there, as the last couple of years, this is incredibly early by comparison to when we've seen Black Ops Cold War, when we've seen Vanguard both revealed. Vanguard was revealed via in-game Warzone event on August 19th of 2021, and so was Black Ops Cold War, revealed via in-game Warzone event, but on August 26th of 2020. So the key parts in those are Warzone was the sort of catalyst here for that reveal, the home of that reveal. Before that, everything else is relatively around the next month or two compared to where we are right now for when we'd see our first reveal trailer go out. Whether that be teasers or official reveals, it was coming up. Those last 2 years, though, are the only difference where we saw a summer reveal. Warzone kind of up and shifted everything because you wanted to give as much focus as you could in that springtime when Warzone initially launched, when last year when we had our sort of 1 year anniversary and the Verdansk 84 updates and everything like that. So it was something that shifted those timetables to a little bit later on, which was nice or maybe not nice depending on what you looked at. Personally, I thought it was cool that we jumped almost right into content perhaps because we had such a smaller window from when a game would be revealed to when it was releasing, to which in that window we'd have to accommodate things like an alpha, beta, campaign, multiplayer, and third mode reveals, and all of that that came along with it that would usually be in a 6-month time frame, instead compressed into like 3 months or so. But at the same time, on the other hand, you also didn't know much about the upcoming game for so long. So while I'm betting that Warzone is kind of going to be the focus this year as well, I'm also imagining that that target of the next 2 months that Ralph had mentioned is indeed a correct assumption given what we've seen out of the last 4 to 5 months. And what I mean is that Vanguard objectively wasn't well received. It wasn't great in sales and the interest just isn't there. It was stated even that Call of Duty net bookings on console and PC declined year over year in the fourth quarter, reflecting lower premium sales for Call of Duty Vanguard versus the year ago title, and lower engagement in Call of Duty Warzone. Fourth quarter in-game player investment on console and PC remained well above the level seen prior to the March 2020 launch of Warzone. So that's something that came explicitly from their Q4 earnings report, Activision here, that they put out, not in necessarily a call format as they usually did, but because of the sort of merger and acquisition here that is proposed by Microsoft, that was instead just a written statement for earnings. But that was something that was mentioned explicitly, that the game wasn't doing as well as many anticipated. And personally, I don't know if it's much of a gameplay related thing so much as it just is the era being played out. I mean, World War II is nothing that's really unique or original at this point. 10 years ago, that would have been something that could have been a hit once again, but we've just seen it kind of played out since then. Nobody really wanted to go back to a World War II, but even going a little bit further, the gameplay itself just really isn't something that has that wow factor. It's very similar to Modern Warfare 2019 in that regard, and didn't really differentiate itself too much from the rest of the franchise, so it doesn't hold or doesn't draw as many people in. Vanguard sales were the lowest by far of the last 3 years, and again, it was stated explicitly by Activision. So when you fail to meet expectations like that, and in the next couple of months will seemingly continue onward on that trend, what's the safer bet? Holding your cards close to your chest for another 5 months until even more people may entirely jump ship, or do you reveal the most anticipated project of the last 3 years earlier than the last 2? I think that's kind of a basic answer and a simple one here at that. So let's talk potential time frames. A little while back, Ralph gave us a relative estimate of 16 weeks, referring to from then when the game would be revealed. But in particular significance, 16 weeks didn't really lead to anything, except if you took that from the amount of days it actually was, then it took you to the date of May 30th. Now, May 30th, for those that may not recognize it, was the exact date that Modern Warfare 2019 got revealed to the world via its first trailer. Now, if that were to happen, talk about wrapping things up with a nice little bow there, to come absolutely full circle. And realistically, it's actually quite possible, if it doesn't happen sooner. Believe it or not, up until this point in 2019, that was actually the latest that we'd ever seen a reveal trailer happen for Call of Duty. Then, of course, Warzone happened and we saw those late summer reveals, but May 30th was the previous record holder. Before that, we had Black Ops 4 revealed on May 17th of 2018, World War II revealed on April 26th of 2017, Infinite Warfare on May 2nd of 2016, Black Ops 3 on April 27th of 2015, but that had an initial teaser also as early as April 9th. Advanced Warfare was May 2nd of 2014, Ghost was May 21st of 2013, Black Ops 2 was May 1st of 2012, Modern Warfare 3 was May 23rd of 2011, Black Ops was May 19th of 2010, and Modern Warfare 2 was May 25th of 2009. And from Modern Warfare 2 backwards, Call of Duty didn't manage the official distribution and posting of these trailers. It usually happened and debuted at expos like E3 and things like that wasn't centrally housed on any official Call of Duty pages, so it was kind of harder to track after that point, but you see what I'm saying. Usually our reveals happen late April to early or mid-May, meaning that it's quite possible that Ralph's initial next 2 months window does actually hold up. And I do buy into this even more because of those shortcomings that Vanguard had. From a business perspective, you of course want to drum up as much as you can to create hype, sales, and interest going forward. The projects you may not have had as much faith in, given developmental turmoils reported for Cold War and Vanguard, that could work for later reveals in the summer, but when you've got a grand slam, you know you're going to be showing that off as much as possible. So where does that leave us? If we're taking educated guesses, I wouldn't be surprised if we see it in that window. But again, also part of something in Warzone. While Warzone 2 will likely be a thing that happens, we might not have any integration here with Season 1 later this year with Modern Warfare 2. The event reveals seem to hit those internally because you keep everything in-house. You don't have to advertise or outsource as much, though that budget this year is probably going to be insane. But if I were to see this happening in something in-game, I also wouldn't expect it until Season 3-ish, sometime after the launch of Season 3. With the mid-season update really going to be focused so far with what we know about around Rebirth Island and the changes coming there, unless they somehow tie everything in with Modern Warfare going forward here on Rebirth Island, which I'd be all for, but I don't think that'll happen. I think they'll just tie it back to Stitch, Perseus, or someone else from Cold War to coincide with the remaining drops of Cold War's MP offering. Unless they tie it to Modern Warfare 2 somehow, that next month or so is likely going to be the time allotted to hype up, launch, and then cool off naturally for the Rebirth Island major changes coming before we jump into anything big otherwise. But if there is an actual in-game event, I'd imagine that we also see around maybe either the Season 2 Reloaded or Season 3 update that we end up having some sort of game code trickle out into that may leak out. But if we have to wait until Season 3, where does that leave us? April 26th is when we see Season 3 actually launch. Now, Vanguard's reveal happened 6 days after the seasonal event for Cold War Season 5, and Cold War's event happened 22 days after the launch of Modern Warfare Season 5. So it could be anywhere, but that first sort of window is when I would guess. Teasers honestly could start as early as of the Season 3 launch day, but we're trying to give ourselves a more accurate window here as to when to expect things. That first like 2-3 weeks or so after the launch of Season 3 wouldn't be a half bad guess. It could be something that happens the day after and we jump right into that event, or it could be something that has to maybe let that content from Season 3 cool down and not be the main focus as much before we jump into that. But either way, I'm thinking right around that time frame. And again, I think we might still see this here within Warzone, not just necessarily a regular trailer drop. It's something that, yes, we will see that coincide with a YouTube video or a trailer here on that sense, but I think we also will see some sort of event within Warzone itself. But point being, I think that we're not going to be having to wait this long this year as opposed to the last two. And for that, as somebody that's very excited to see what Infinity Ward has been cooking up, what they've been undisturbed on here the last 2.5 years, I'm excited for that. I definitely am looking forward to seeing the reveal trailer. I think that we're going to see some sort of essence that will break the internet for a little bit. I know that when Modern Warfare's reveal trailer happened, that broke the internet for quite some time. So I'm thinking we could see a repeat here at this. So I think that's what we're going to call it. Just wanted to casually discuss here how we're going to be seeing this likely a little bit sooner rather than later. But before we wrap everything up, a quick reminder, my friends over at Gamer Advantage just launched New Horizon frames, and code Espresso is 20% off that entire order if you're at all interested. Honestly, the Horizons are my favorite ones. They're incredibly lightweight, and to the point where sometimes I even forget that I have mine on, but incredibly durable as well. Protect your eyes against the effects of blue light if you're on your phone, gaming, or at your desk for prolonged periods of time a day, like I am. So I swear by these guys. We've talked about them so many times here on the channel, but best on the market, and I've used their stuff daily for well over a year now with zero regrets. If you're interested in picking up a pair for yourself, or just even learning more, check the link in the description below. And if you find anything at all interesting, you want to pick something up, code Espresso is bumped up to 20% off your entire order right now. So check it out, maybe save yourself a bit of cash, but that's what we're gonna call it. So look at your thoughts and feedback down there in the comment section down below. Are you guys looking forward to an earlier reveal here for Modern Warfare 2? When do you think it'll happen? Do you think it'll be in Warzone? Do you think it'll be something that just drops as a trailer on the YouTube channel for Call of Duty? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts below. But if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and drop a like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Modern Warfare 2, Warzone, anything COD related, we've got you covered here on the channel. So I'd love to have you in the community. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.